Hi YouTube, I just wanted to give an update. I have been considering making some changes because on YouTube I've been bullied a lot, but that happens everywhere. So what I decided to do is to review a movie. Maybe I'll find it on my DVD shelf, unless I got too many DVDs that I can't find the movie. All put together. Can't find it. Alright. You know what? I hate some of the shit that Adam Sandler's done recently. Like, I didn't mind That's My Boy. I thought it was pretty funny. It had some good laughs. My favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time is Anger Management. Okay, first off, they had good actors. Jack Nicholson is a very great actor. Adam Sandler is funny. They did the parts very well together. Jack Nicholson was also the Joker in the first Tim Burton's movie. Oh, Batman. 1989 version. The movie was well put together. It was funny. It was laughable. A movie that you cannot laugh in is Jack and Jill. Maybe you can have a few chuckles, but in this one you could probably laugh a lot more. In Grown Ups you can probably laugh still. I didn't mind Grown Ups. I didn't mind a lot of the movies, but still, watch that movie. Watch that movie. Watch the movie. Watch Anger Management. It has good parts. It's funny. Jack Nicholson is hilarious because he has a water pistol and he tries faking shooting people. It's just a freaking water pistol. I'm going to give you my basic thoughts. Out of all the Adam Sandler movies I've seen, Going Overboard, Airheads, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy, Big Daddy, Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, 8 Crazy Nights, The Animal. He was actually in The Animal. Rob Schneider was the main character. 50 First Dates, Longest Yard, Click, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, Bedtime Stories, Grown Ups, Jack and Jill, and That's My Boy. Out of all those movies I've seen, my least favorite is Going Overboard. And besides Going Overboard, I'd have to say next up on my list would have to be, as a terrible Adam Sandler movie. Alright, I'll tell you. I liked grown-ups when I first watched it in the theaters, and I liked Zohan when it was out on DVD, but looking back, they're not as good as his old stuff. Bedtime Stories was funny. Click was funny. I mean, my favorite Adam Sandler movie, Anger Management. I like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Waterboy. Yeah, The Waterboy is probably my second favorite, along with Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I also like I did like That's My Boy. That's probably my top 10 because it was funny. I hope to watch Hotel Transylvania soon. But so Anger Management was about a guy who gets in trouble because he threw a temper on a plane later. He snapped at a guy and then he got tasered. And what happened was he had to be put in anger management, and Jack Nicholson was the teacher. And then what happened was he accidentally elbowed a cocktail waitress in the face by trying to take away the cane, and his anger partner in the movie was played by John Turturro, and that was a pretty decent movie. It's my favorite Adam Sandler movie, and Woody Harrelson's in there. If you don't know who that is, he's from the movie The Hunger Games. He played Haymitch. He was Galaxia and Gary the security guard. He's a decent actor. And something I like. So Jack Nicholson moves in with Adam Sandler and wakes him up. And the funny thing is, he wants his eggs over easy and he throws against a wall. And Adam Sandler's like, holy shit. And he said, I said over easy. That part always gets me laughing my ass off. And something else was, this was full of a bunch of good stuff. It had good laughs. It was original. It was a really great comedy. And I have it on Blu-ray somewhere in the house. I must have put it down somewhere because my Blu-ray player on my computer doesn't work because my monitor's old. It's too old. It's big, but I'm thinking about getting rid of it because I need a bigger one and a newer one. And I was watching that movie, and it kind of reminded me of how much I love Adam Sandler. And they made a great pair. Jack Nicholson was great in this movie too. Everything about that movie was hilarious. And it's about a guy who loves his girlfriend and wants to marry her. Jack Nicholson steals her, and Adam Sandler attacks him, and he gets in trouble and gets a restraining order, and then he goes and proves to that girl that he loves her. And then they want to have kids and get married. It was a pretty good movie, and I suggest you, if you haven't watched this movie in years, go watch it because it's funny. There's a good matchup. John Turturro is a really good actor. He's funny. Like, of it all, Adam Sandler is my favorite. I like Jack Nicholson. I like Louis Guzuri or something. I like Alan Corvette. He played Andrew, the ex-girlfriend of Adam Sandler's girlfriend, and he's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. And John Turturro was in the movie, and John Turturro has actually acted with John Turturro has acted with Adam Sandler. He acted in You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Anger Management, Mr. Deeds. Then he also acted in he was the voice of Francesco Bernoulli in Cars 2, and he was also in the first 3 Transformers. I'll tell you, I thought he was a dick in Transformers when they were attacking Bumblebee, but in Transformers 2 he was hilarious. And that's all I have to say. This movie was funny, and how many stars do I give it? I give it a 5 out of 5 and a 10 out of 10. It's really good. It's funny. It's enjoyable. It's very laughable. It's just a good movie overall. It's enjoyable. It's a great time. No alcohol required. And I like when Jack Nicholson was making fun of Adam Sandler's boss. He said, let me ask you. He said, let me get your first name, Mr. Head. I think he said, and he said, and tell me it isn't Dick, it's Frank. Ah, Fran. Isn't that normally a girl's name? And Adam Sandler was like, mm-hmm. And he said, it's a sickness, not a crime, Fran. And he went, his name is Frank! And he wrote him down for being angry and said, oh, hey, I'm sorry. And then he started laughing. Yeah. And some of his deleted scenes were funny because Jack Nicholson said, I got winners, pal, and I intend on tasting some blood. And they ran off screaming. Jack Nicholson starts laughing, but the funny thing is, Adam Sandler opens up his candy bar and had a bite out of it, and he said, there's a bite missing from my candy bar. I think maybe you should check belly. Maybe you find it there. No, it was already there when I bought it. And he said, what do you want me to do about it? Can I have my $1 back? Because of the Three Musketeers bar, I only see 2 of these guys there. Read sign. No refunds. And then he said, someone had their teeth and tongue on this. I don't want to eat sloppy seconds. Let me see candy bar. Then I went, smelling it. And he started coughing, and then he went, tastes fine. You make a big deal on nothing. Next customer. Go away. And he asked his girlfriend, spit it out when she put it in her mouth, and then she spit it out in his hand, and he ate it. Some parts of this movie were... The part with John C. Reilly when he was a monk was fucking hilarious. Pardon my language, but that part was funny. Water pistol, pow, 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 pow. And if you're asking me, I already had the plan on reviewing this movie, and Eric Vierthaler said I should. And this movie came out 10 years ago already. It's been a decade. Came out in 2003. I watched it when I was 11 years old. Yep. My mom's not a big Adam Sandler fan. She thinks he's cheesy. Why I think Adam Sandler? I think he's funny. She likes Jack Nicholson, though. And I've known Jack Nicholson from a few movies, like... Sorry, this might be a little bit long, but I've seen him in movies like The Departed. I thought that was a good movie, but really, a lot of people died, and a lot of actors I like, so that kind of pissed me off. Like, I've seen him in movies like Batman, As Good as It Gets, Anger Management, The Departed, The Bucket List. And my favorite movie out of all of them was Anger Management and Batman. Batman because it's good, and I've seen him in Something's Gotta Give also, so that's about... Let me see. Batman 1989. As Good as It Gets, Anger Management, Something's Gotta Give, The Departed. So I've seen him in about 5 movies, and in As Good as It Gets, he was pretty decent in that one. And there was an actor I'm really fond of in that one. I like Greg Kinnear, and I've seen him in a few movies. I remember that movie Stuck on You when he and Matt Damon were stuck together. And actually, speaking of Matt Damon, he was in The Departed with Jack Nicholson. And Cuba Gooding Jr. was in As Good as It Gets, and he's a decent actor. But really, overall, I would say Anger Management is I give it a solid 10 out of 10 because it's funny, it's at least a good movie, and it's at least laughable, unlike Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill, you can't chuckle as much as Grown Ups. Like Eric Vierthaler 92 said that Grown Ups was a piece of shit taken by a human, and he said Jack and Jill was a piece of shit taken by an elephant. But I'm kind of disappointed in Grown Ups too because Rob Schneider won't be in it. And Rob Schneider's funny. Well, anyway, stay up to date and subscribe. I'll be doing more reviews. Bye. Peace. Check this movie out. If you haven't watched it in years, rent it. It's funny. Bye.